Spitch is a fantasy football game where you can put your managerial skills to the test against other players to win real money prizes. Track player performance live during match days as players complete actions such as passes, shots and many more using Opta stats. The teams with the most points each match day will enter the winning zone, allowing managers to win real money. So, put your managerial skills to the test and download Spitch for free today via the link in the description. Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. Today we go over the top FPL managers team selections for game week 3. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. If you haven't already, check out some of the other game week 3 content that we've put out so far. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So this is a combination of some of the best FPL managers teams of all time, boasting 80 top 10k finishes and 60 top 5k finishes. This is an aggregated squad from the best managers, so let's have a look how it lines up. In goals, Aaron Ramsdale remains in the team despite just scoring the 1 point in game week 2, as he has already put that 1 clean sheet on the board. The Arsenal defence did concede 2 goals at home to Leicester, but have very good upcoming fixtures, facing 2 out of the 3 promoted sides in the next 2 games. They've got Bournemouth and Fulham in these matches and then face a struggling Aston Villa side at home in game week 5, so definitely for the next 3 that Arsenal defence could be a good one to target. Ramsdale is expected to be the 3rd highest scoring keeper from now until game week 8, only bettered by Edison and Alisson. Over this time he is projected to score 25 points, which is definitely very impressive for a keeper of his price, so definitely a good option having goals. To the defenders now, João Cancelo remains in the team after he put up a double-digit return in game week 2. He is one that's been very impressive so far for Man City and actually has the highest expected FPL points out of any defender so far. His expected points of 15.77 does rank towards the top amongst all players throughout the season, and I do think he offers a great balance of Man City clean sheets plus good attacking potential. To show this, he was able to produce an assist in game week 2 with an own goal off Jefferson Lerma, as he combined that with a clean sheet for 11 points. That Man City defence is looking so solid, so I definitely think if you don't have Cancelo in the team, I would strongly recommend getting him in, as they have produced 2 clean sheets in their first 2 games. The elite managers stick with the double up of Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, despite both of them struggling so far. Robertson has just produced the 3 points over his first 2 games, getting 1 against Fulham and 2 against Crystal Palace. This has come about as Liverpool have failed to record any clean sheets so far this season, both conceding to Fulham and Crystal Palace, but their fixtures do get a little bit easier. They face a struggling Manchester United side away in game week 3, and then have one of the best fixtures in the game of Bournemouth at home in game week 4, followed up by Newcastle, Everton and Wolves. Fantasy Football Fix expects Robertson to perform very well from now until game week 8, as he is actually the defender with the 3rd highest projected points over this time. His projected points of 27 is only bettered by Alexander-Arnold and João Cancelo, so definitely one to hold on to. Alexander-Arnold on the other hand has offered a bit more attacking potential than Robertson, but is coming in a bit more expensive at around £7.5 million. The Liverpool man actually does have one of the highest expected assist figure amongst all players this season, but is still yet to produce an attacking return. Alexander-Arnold has the 8th highest expected assist and highest expected assist amongst defenders so far with 0.71. Amongst all players in FPL, he's attempted the 4th most assists with 6, and has also taken 4 shots on for a defender, which is very impressive. His total shots figure of 4 does rank 3rd amongst all defenders, so he's definitely attempting lots of shots and assists, and it's just a matter of time before he starts getting those attacking returns again. I definitely would expect those Liverpool clean sheets to come, and as we touched on with Robertson, they have excellent upcoming fixtures to allow Trent to provide value at both ends of the pitch. Fix thinks so as well, as Alexander-Arnold is expected to be the highest scoring defender from now until game week 8, projected to score 30 points over this period. Looking towards the 4th starting defender, it's one of the most attacking defensive assets so far this season in Reece James. Reece James has combined a clean sheet with a goal so far this year to be one of the highest scoring defenders up until game week 2. He's put up 14 FPL points, which does rank 3rd amongst all defenders in the first 2 weeks, and has excellent underlying stats to show for it. Amongst defenders, he has the 2nd highest expected FPL points, only behind João Cancelo with 15.11, and has a very high XG and XA. His XG stat of 0.5 ranks 4th amongst defenders, and XA stat of 0.52 ranks 5th amongst defenders so far, plus that Chelsea defence has been looking pretty solid so far this season at picking up 1 clean sheet. Also, his attempted assist figure of 4 ranks 3rd amongst all defenders, only bettered by Alexander-Arnold and Cresswell, so definitely one if you don't have in the squads to quickly get in, as Chelsea have a great fixture run. Chelsea face Leeds, Leicester, Southampton, West Ham and Fulham from now until game week 7, which are probably some of the best fixtures in FPL from a defensive standpoint. Onto the players in the middle of the park, it is a little bit surprising to see Pascal Gross feature here after he's made an excellent start. Gross only has a 6.5% ownership amongst all managers, but some of the best FPL managers in the game really fancy him as a good option. He's got himself 18 points over his first 2 games, which does rank 3rd amongst all players in the middle of the park. He's combined 2 goals with 3 bonus points. He actually has a number 3 ICT index rank amongst midfielders, highlighting his good influence, creativity and threat, and Brighton's excellent upcoming fixtures could provide him with a great point source. From now until game week 8, Brighton have 0 fixtures with an FDI rating of over 3, facing West Ham, Leeds, Fulham, Leicester, Bournemouth and Crystal Palace over this time. Pascal Gross has put up some excellent underlying stats, as he currently has the 5th highest XG in the game of 1.58, which is accompanied with a very solid XA of 0.31. He actually has the highest expected FPL points over the first 2 weeks of 16.95, which is actually 2 points higher than any other player. His total of 5 attempted assists does rank 7th amongst all players in FPL, and he's definitely getting into some very dangerous positions, so one to look out for at such a cheap price. It's unsurprising to see Gabriel Martinelli in the midfield after he's made a great start to his Arsenal season, getting himself 16 points in the first 2 games. Martinelli continues to be strong value in midfield at just £6.3 million, and with the excellent Arsenal fixtures of Bournemouth, Fulham and Villa as his next 3 opponents, I would expect him to continue his good form run. Mo Salah takes the captain's armband this week, as he's been captained by 61.5% of the best FPL managers, as he's got Manchester United away. United have obviously struggled so far this season, and Liverpool did do very well against them last time at Old Trafford, where Mo Salah did produce a double-digit return. So if he can bounce back from his blank in game week 2, I do think he's one of the strongest captaincy contenders for this game week. The 4th starting midfielder is also a bit of a surprise, as Andreas Pereira is actually listed in the starting 11, as he's been put in the starting XI by a bunch of FPL managers. This week he faces Brentford at home, who have struggled away in the back half of last season, and I do think since he's on corners from both sides and getting very involved in that Fulham attack, having the highest average attacking position out of any player in their squad, he could prove to be a nice starter this game week. Looking to the forwards now, it's the fairly obvious combination of Erling Haaland and Gabriel Jesus, as these are 2 of some of the highest owned players in FPL so far. Haaland does take the vice captaincy armband, as 23.1% of the top managers gave him the vice captaincy, and Jesus was the 2nd most popular option for the vice captaincy, as he was given to it by 15.4%. Haaland faces Newcastle away this week, which is another fairly decent fixture, and it will be exciting to see how he goes after Newcastle's team has improved a fair bit. Jesus has got an excellent fixture in his own right of Bournemouth away, and could prove to be a nice differential captain this week, as I have seen a couple of managers go with him as their captain. He is coming off 19 points in game week 2, having an involvement in all 4 of Arsenal goals against Leicester, so he's looking to be an excellent value forward option. Now onto the bench, Danny Ward features there as the sub goalkeeper. Nico Williams remains on the bench, as this week he's got Everton away, which is a decent fixture. Neto surprisingly is on the bench, as he's got Tottenham away this week, as the top managers have preferred to start Andreas Pereira over him, and Archer for Aston Villa remains as the final bench slot in the forward line. So just to recap some other information, the most popular captaincy was Mo Salah, and then the 2 vice captaincy options there were Haaland and Jesus. None of the top FPL managers used the chip this game week, and their most popular transfers were Robertson out, Cucurella in, and Bailey out, De Silva in. Thanks for watching today's video. If you guys want to become a channel member, then click the join button down below and get featured on the members board at the end of the videos, just like Philip Ash here. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and click the notification bell. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.